Hello, hello, hello. There's nothing in here. Well, hello, Facebook. So, this is a rent party, so to speak. A GoFundMe. I do have a GoFundMe campaign running right now. Please GoFund me. Like, even supporters need support from time to time. It is really, I still think it's really a doggone shame when you really are that pioneer and that activist in the community, for all I know, maybe third generation activist. Because something tells me that my grandma and my grandfather, they did their thing too. And I mean, I've seen what people do. Use up their land and their, what, I want to talk about that. So I guess it just goes hand in hand with the territory, whatever the territory would be. But now I'm having a GoFundMe for me. Because what happens when the humiliation ritual is a real thing? What happens when people can look you in your face and they know what's going on behind the scenes? What's going on when people, But you know what? My mom and my dad made me be tough. So anyway, and I get right now. Let me say this about that too. You see my GoFundMe campaign down there. By the way, you don't want to do the GoFundMe campaign. I have a Cash App too. $ValJones DAO. ValJones. It said that you have to spell it out, but some people can't spell. That's really crazy to me. But hopefully everybody I'm talking to can spell, because spelling, you like to spell spells, but you can't spell. What is that? How is that? How you spell spells, but you can't spell? It's like people who want to read you. You got all these readers who want to read, but they can't read. That's why, I do audiobooks, and my audiobooks are a therapy for me, my poetic therapy, it's just an art form. Art helps me to get my friendly fire out, because if you know what I'm about, if you really know the real Val Jones is that type of person that slap a 6 foot, 7 foot giant down to the ground. I've kind of done that. I've pushed like bodyguards up against the wall. I don't know. I like black out and then go weird, but not that weird. Okay. Oh, the industry's gotten weird, but it is hot in here, man. I'm hot and I'm sweating like crazy. I just was out on that porch with the fresh air. I had coffee, but a long time ago. But back to the point, I have a GoFundMe campaign, and I need rent money. I need rent money because people tried to stop my checks. I got a check taken. I got a check cut off. I should be getting disability. But will I get disability? I mean, I have stage 4 chronic kidney disease. This weather can wreak havoc on your kidneys too. And I can actually smell the, it's like, my perception, my nose, my perception, my smelling, like my eyes are very keen. I can hear when I want to, I can see when I want to, hear when I want to, and see. I'm a superhuman human being. Still though, the rent, I need rent and I need my bills. I got real bills because I don't be living with anybody else. I live by myself, and I choose to, because people are strange. Don't talk to strangers. The doors. But, and that's the doors. I've opened doors for many people in radio around here. People act like they don't know me, but they do, seriously. A lot of people say they don't know Val Jones. Well, I never heard of you. Sure you didn't. And some of you haven't, because you just got here, and some of you are young. And then you say, well, have you heard of this person? I haven't. What is it, the Tony Award? I don't look at the people who come up the charts or whatever in the last couple of years, because they're all strange and weird. And I don't do that. And it's that thing. One of the reasons why I haven't been able to be at the pinnacle of my career is because I don't swing. And you do know what I mean by swing, right? Like, I love to play on swings because I was a child and I was swinging. I would have my own swinging ritual, but like swinging on swings. But I like to swing with people, and I don't do those sorts of things. And it's sad that when you don't do those sorts of things, you can't climb up the ladder. You know what I mean? Like, I got to be gay, I got to be bi, I got to be trans, I got to be on the agenda, I got to be a pretender to actually formulate my way up the ladder. When you think it's about talent, it's not about talent, it's who you know. And it's not even about who you know, is how low are you willing to go. Pause. It used to be just about who you know, but I knew people. I worked and I knew people, so it wasn't that, oh, you want to do that other stuff, and I don't do that. Ask them at Foxy99 about who really knew me. Ask them at D103. Ask some of your TV broadcasters around here, or ask some of the old people. They might have something horrible to say about me. Ask them how they tried to sleep with me and I didn't want to sleep with them. Aren't you married? Don't you have a girlfriend and married to? See, now I'm telling you. But they seem like they want infamous fame. They want infamy, but I'm like... So I thought about it. Well, people love to be in a tell-all book because, you know, some people just love publicity. They love publicity for the looks because you can make money off of, everybody wants to be, on a Maury show. I don't. That's like messy. I don't like messy. I really don't like messy. It's like people who don't bathe. No offense, but my parents bathe. I don't know about, like, I'm looking at some of the people who, I know I'm getting off the tangent right now, but the GoFundMe camp, the GoFundMe is down. Excuse me, burp, spiritual burp. The GoFundMe is down below, but I'm reading about, and you guys are appreciative about that, like Taylor Cruz and some, even Jake, you know, some people don't like to wash and like, ew. Ew, but they love talking about sex and sex and sexes. Who will be sexing you? How do you hold your nose? That's why they have to be so high or so drunk. Because when you smell like skunks, you got to be like out of your mind or blitzed or something like that. You know, and then yeah. And it's that too. Now, what does that have to do with the GoFundMe campaign? That's exactly what I'm saying. Why am I needing a GoFundMe campaign when I'm actually good at what I do? I do commercials, by the way. If you are running for office, and it is election season, I still do commercials. Many of you around the Fayetteville area, like, I haven't done commercials for you. Do I need to name names? Seriously? But here's the deal. You started getting weird too, like you didn't want to pay me on time and I have to chase you for my dough when you know I was the best at what I do. See, it's that type of thing, yo. Like, why is it that when you're actually good that you got to chase down your money? I remember when Mitch Faulkner used to tell me back in the day, the great Mitch Faulkner, who says, listen, McDonald's or Burger King, they don't give out their food before they get their money. So stop giving out your product first, Black. Get your money up front. I tell you, we were getting ready to bring the Edge magazine back, and he died. And you're wondering why I didn't go to Mitch Faulkner's funeral. You have those who should really, really know me should know how much that literally tore me up. Because that was even though I was a little older than him by a couple of months, that was my big brother in radio and the ultimate audio production person. Nobody in this world could do audio production like him. Yet he couldn't get the money that, no offense, some of the white boys could get. And he did the whole production thing too. Let's be real. One of the dudes who, Dr. Dave or whatever it be, you know, he sent his boring stuff to the radio stations, and the production directors had to juice that stuff up. Yet, you know, he got paid lots of money. But the black people who were really like, could roll rings around him all day long, could barely get their money. And see, that's what's wrong with so many things. Why has it got to be a color? And it wasn't a black thing either, because Mitch could do commercials and stuff for all formats. I mean, you know, we were like the first black people, Pillsbury, the first black commercial, the first urban commercial when Pillsbury finally went urban. The first urban commercial that was done by Pillsbury was done at On Mike Productions in Atlanta. On Mike Productions, me and Mitch Faulkner did the first urban commercial for Pillsbury about pancakes or something like that. I can't remember what it was. All I can remember is the white boys were telling me I wasn't sounding black enough. Do you know how really weird that is for me to be black and not sound black enough? Being told by white people that I don't sound black enough. What exactly is black enough to you? What type of black are you trying to relate to? Like, my parents were black. Blackish. Black. So, I'm not, I sure do like this Pillsbury pancake. I don't know. I don't do stereotypes like that. It's sad when people can only see you through a stereotype. What if I looked at you through a stereotype? And people are like that. Even to this day, in 2025, they love to play you down, okay? Look at all the people who represent people of color who climb up the ladder. If you're powerful and black, they find something to hold over your head. You got to be gay, bi, or swing, or do something just really decrepit, or you end up dead. You end up going swimming or dying in somebody's pool. I see why my parents didn't want me to go into the entertainment industry, because they knew what you would do. And I think they knew what I would do too. That's why Daddy says, no, I don't think she'd be really good in the military. Mommy said, she'd be excellent. No. She might go Full Metal Jacket on a few. There go my crew. They're always love bombing my videos. They said, we heard you were looking for your girl. I bet you won't come through. No, because we have been hearing that somebody's gonna come knocking because somebody's in bad shape. You're in bad shape because you stole money from me. You and your whole doggone crew. You better keep your little rusty dusty. You better keep your little rusty crusty dusties. I mean, don't go gang banging and gang bopping up, knocking on my door. Don't Jay Shetty me, and I won't Jay Shetty you. You know, when you want to get into a psychological warfare with a real genius, I'm not Kanye and I'm not Cat Williams. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm not Math Hoffa either. You know, the gangsters, by the way, like I remember the old gangsters back in the day that used to tell me way back in the day, you might want to not hang around this person because if you don't want to be around him if a stray bullet comes. You don't want to be in the midst of stray bullets. Because I know people were just setting up people and setting up and holding shows and they knew the shows weren't going to come, but they were taking the money and just a whole bunch of stuff. And I did commercials for them too. But listen, I was just getting my money. Because I'm about my productivity. I work. I mean, I really work for a living. I don't be scamming anybody. Who did I scam? Name one person. I would love for one person to tell me who did I scam and how did I scam you. Come on, let's talk about it. Let's be real. But I can think about a lot of scams I know that I didn't know. But now, you know, my eyes are open and she's finally woke. Oh, my. It's that too, okay? And let's be real. No lie. Who was hosting those Sankofa shows? Who was hosting those in like the Emoji festivals and all that back in the day? Who had books but none of y'all bought none books? You know, from me, okay? Thank you to our doctor. He finally went to Africa, but he actually made I had a book for $10 and finally after years of hosting and doing stuff, yeah, you get the free food and stuff like that, but you know, like money, you know, you can't pay bills with fufu or fa-fa, la-la, or whatever that is. So I'm not trying to be funny about the food, but you know what I mean. So, because I mean, it's the people who you get money for these funds. Like, come on, Arts Council, come on, all you councils out there. Let's be real. You know, one of the reasons why you're under the gun is because that money doesn't recirculate, except it recirculates to the people you know, and it goes in your pocket. All these organizations are on a play, and if you don't play with them, okay, they hold you down. Please don't come for me, organizations, because you know I'm not lying. Haven't I been a friend to you and you want to be a foe to me and you have the nerve to be good Christians? You obviously do not know God, especially when you're such a fraud. I am tapping right now. Lord, Lecrae, you should write another song about that. You know, it's sad when the Christian rappers are doing the same thing that the regular rappers are doing. Not all of them. I do believe in a few of them, but some of them, when you start saying that they went to the Diddy parties, they up there jamming with Will Smith, and we know Will ain't nothing. Oh, I don't. I have my reasons. Come and talk to me one day. Put me on a lie detector test and let it be all on display. I would like to get all the Smith family, let's go in a court of law together, okay? Somebody owes me money, and I suggest somebody better pay, because I'm not somebody else. But no, seriously, I got a GoFundMe campaign, and I could use some help. Now, I know the GoFundMe campaign says, you know, Val is in dire stress, dire need. I mean, I might be, but I'm just kind of oblivious to it, obviously, because if you don't get your rent paid, and you got the humiliation ritual going on, we're going to kick her out of her house and everything and like that, and then we're going to push her down to the ground, then she going to need us, and you know, we're going to see, you know, it's really sad when the villains want to be your hero in your story. So I'm going to trust you. I mean, seriously, number one, why would you cook the good person out the community? Because you know, it only takes a little bit to hold something together. So if all these kids growing up seeing everybody cracking out, thugging out, doing whatever they do, everybody walking around, where's the future in that for any of you? So maybe the one person that's different, they can strive and see more. They don't just have to look at TV or look at you know what, go ahead and do you. Because I learned a long time ago, you know what, you can't be social services to the community, and you can't, as much as they say, you got to give back. Each one teach one, each one reach one. But the main ones in the organization that say that, they don't give back. They give to their pockets. And I see maybe that's your job too. But aren't you socially funded? So why don't you pay your people? Let's go. And I know I'm going all over the place, but it makes sense when you pay this back. Okay, I remember Calvin P. And you all let him die in his car. I remember Big Bad Bill Hennessy. And all we needed was to give him his flowers while he was still living. And you guys were figuring out, well, who gonna do this? Where the money gonna come from? You know what? This man put you up and gave you so much. And you up here worrying about money like you make. You know what? You all should be ashamed of yourself. And then these are the same type of people that when you die, they'll go to your funeral and your wake like, oh, she was such a good person. And she was so this. And she was so that. And she should have come to us for help. But yet when I come to you for help, and you know, I don't like to ask anybody for help. Those who really know me, the new people who know me better than the old people who know me, who did know me, but they just lied about knowing me. But you know, I don't like to ask anybody for help. I like to just do everything by myself because I'm an only child military brat. To somebody, I told you that. And by the way, I did a little bit of researching, girls, so go ahead with you. But now, please be assured I'm watching you too, because I mean, can you help me come up, or am I come up for you? See, thinkers be thinking, and that's what I do. People get it mistaken about what happens in a real genius mind. There's a reason why we shine a little different each and every time. People thought it was lying. I wasn't a narrative-made genius or industry-made genius. I don't even know why I don't even know how I got on Mensa's radar to start with. But that was really a true story. But yet they said I lie. Who said that? The old woman who was jealous all the time? Like, yo, Beebs. That's how I'm going to call you now, Beebs. I didn't realize you had so much. I'm going to start to say your book. I didn't know you had so much anger and jealousy in you. Was that from, I don't know. And you gave that on your whole family. That's sad. I didn't realize you were such a scammer. And who's like right now, let's be real. I have no big brothers, big sisters, little sisters, or nothing like that. Because I don't trust none of them. Because they showed me in reality that they clearly didn't know who I am. But now I know you a lot better. But anyway, the bottom line is I do have a GoFundMe campaign. People say like, this is a way you ask for money. What am I supposed to do? Beg people who would want to see me in shame? I'm asking for, it's like a rent party. I will probably do a Soul School Cafe on live, maybe tomorrow on YouTube. I don't know. We'll see. Right now I'm feeling the need to rest and go to sleep, and really spiritual saying, let it be, you're going to be fine. I'm still trying to figure out how all these changes were supposed to happen, but none of the changes really happen. So when people start getting fined for stuff that they didn't do, are you going to turn around and fine me too? Or, oh no, but you're cool. But am I though? I thought that this was supposed to be moved, this supposed to be moving. This person hasn't done nothing. It's like he runs the show, but you don't run my show. This is one thing you should know about Val Jones. Don't ever think you can play in her face and say, we love you, and you don't, especially now. The beast has awoken, and I'm showing everybody how to deal with a demon and a devil the right way, because the good people, it's just no reason for us to crash out today, okay? Listen, they will kill themselves, and they are doing it too. But please believe the devil is walking. And the devil, if you're good, the devil is always watching you. Jealous, jealous, jealous. I didn't realize these people were so jealous around here. Charles Waddell Chestnut, those books make it very clear. I keep telling you, by the way, he was Charles Waddell Chestnut. Everybody at Fayetteville State should know who Charles Waddell Chestnut is. That's sad that a historically black school and you don't know who one of your founders are. You go to any white institution and they know. I bet Harvard knows and Yale knows who founded them and who was instrumental in them, but you don't know who Charles Waddell Chestnut is. Okay, that says a lot about you. And maybe it's a code of silence that you're supposed to keep the smart ones subdued. Welcome to hell. Remember I told you that on Fort Bragg out at Starbucks. Welcome to hell. That's why I was there. I was your welcome wagon because it's a portal here. The portals are real, my dear. The portals are real. Have you ever read the stuff on the plaques of the market house instead of just doing it for narratives and we're this and we're much? No. Just read some of the stuff like for all the people who say they don't sell slaves here, but they did. The plaque is right there on the wall. The black people say they don't sell slaves here. The plaque is on the wall. Remember when you all were wanting to have a market? You really wanted to have a market, an open market at the market house. I was at Beasley Broadcast, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. And they were mad at me because I didn't want to do the commercial. I'm like, You want to have a farmer's market at the market house. Do you realize the irony in you asking me to do a commercial and you wanting to, and I'm going like, that is like so wrong. So why don't you tell the truth about the market house? And here I was doing a community fair show for all the stations. If you know BC Broadcast, you have like a conglomerate of stations and stuff like that. And by the way, to the folks in Florida, you are always cool, okay, including I think the daughter that came down, who came on the elevator, and I didn't know that was the daughter. And people like got really crazy and stuff like that because they thought I was spilling all the secrets of what they were doing and all that trash. But I'm just like being me. Sometimes I just talk. I have nothing to hide, but, and I wasn't dealing with all the lies. And even my husband, he saw what that station and what the industry itself was doing to me. It was making me become a little bit of a drinker, because sometimes that's why you have a lot of people who drink in the industry. A lot of people who drink, a lot of people who smoke. You do a whole bunch of things to just try to minimize the mess that you have to go through. I mean, if you only knew how many sex demons I had to fight off. And I know there's some out there that said, you should have liked why should I like you? I was married. And some of you were married too. I'm like, I'm making you money and that's not enough for you. And you're so proud of that. There's a reason why people move up the ladder and everything, apparently. In all fields. So now I am asking for a GoFundMe campaign. Somebody who actually works for real. I'm not here to steal your money. I'm not here to steal your wife or your husband or sleep with your children or do anything like that. I'm not here to get you in a trap. And I'm not here to be in any traps. But I could use some money too. I could use some cash because they're trying to play me in my own house. And I'm paying rent and everything on time. I know when the original owners were here, it was fine. And this stuff happened and it just flipped upside down. And then, you started hearing about certain rappers and actors who were coming to a conglomerate and they were buying real estate. Now, all of a sudden, everybody goes into real estate. Everybody can't do real estate, though. Are you really a real estate agent or are you a scammer? I'd like to know, because, when somebody smart comes and telling you, well, you know what, you can make a little more money doing this and this is going to cost you because this is not right. And you live in Bug Tussle, USA, on the other side of the world, but you think you know everything about here. It's just like the same thing with radio, when people were like, and I used to do that on conference calls. So, this is a hit. I'm in Virginia. I'm at Power 93, or I'm in Columbia, or wherever I be. And this is a hit out in Cali, and this is a hit at Philadelphia, but we're in Columbia, South Carolina, or we're in Richmond, Virginia. It means nothing here. Not a single soul has asked for this song, and this is what the people are asking for here. It used to be that radio was about the community, and then it got really weird. Because all of a sudden you started having people all over the place who want to tell you what your audience likes and what your audience wants to hear, okay? But you're talking to your audience every single solitary day. I'm answering the phone, not you, okay? I'm just writing down the records. Why am I writing down the records and giving it to you what they request when you know what you're going to play anyway? Because you already got the check, and then people want to say there's no such thing as payola. I was probably the only one that wasn't taking payola, and I'm like, damn, I'm up here playing this thing right, and now I'm the one that's fighting for my money and for my life. Y'all got me messed up. But no, if you thought I was going to be just down and out and die in my car, like I know a lot of people around here who have died living in storage houses and died in their cars. And then people want to hold that like I had to live in my car and I had to do this. So I'm supposed to do that. People die doing that. You act like it's a code of honor. And I know a couple of chicks that continue to do that. There's no honor in that. And yet you still doing the stuff that you do, laying on your back, and you still can't get your rack. So what does that say about you? And you jealous about me? You know what? And we talked about that earlier today. There's a letter that I won't say, but if that letter comes around me, I'm going to break that bitch's face. Y'all didn't hear that. But you did. And that's why I watch. And I should be. I know I need people like the good FBI, CIA, and the military don't want you from me. That's a little bit unstable, like the Fifth Element. No, but I am like the Fifth Element. And what is the Fifth Element in hip hop, by the way? It's knowledge. Oh, and yeah. KRS-One was not the first one to come up with the word edutainment. It's that you take the good women, the good black women, and you set us back. You want to trap us, and you will lift the hoe up, and we're supposed to bow to that. Y'all got me effed up. I'm not doing that. My mommy and daddy didn't. My mommy and daddy didn't raise that. And which gets back to cleanliness is next. If cleanliness is next to godliness, some of y'all don't bathe. You are actually like, well, I don't. I might not bathe for days. No, you know, when my hot water heater went out in the middle of winter, it's like 10 degrees or less, and I was showering every day. My parents showered every day. I shower every day. We believe in washing. Okay, that cleanliness is next to godliness. I still believe that, but clearly you don't. But y'all want to come my way. And then it's on top of that. Why is everybody talking about sex, 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 sex? Your little kids should not be twerking, okay? Show some respect for yourself and show some respect for your child. And when your baby is 10 years old, pumping out a baby because they've been like molested by somebody in your family, then you're going to blame the child when it was you. You ignored that from the stuff that you do. I'm telling you, you try to tell the truth to your community, but they don't want to hear you. But then the minute that you die or something happens to you, oh, well, we don't know what happened to her. Oh, yes, you do. I hear the thunder. Or it might be Devil Avalanche out there because they are being very, very active this week until the next couple of weeks. Y'all have been training all year. Let's be real about that. I mean, I remember that's another thing. But shout out to the Jag. Shout out to all the Jag from all over the country who came out in the last couple of weeks. I still might need you. But because you know what I do? I go straight to the top, which reminds me, but I won't get into that, about how my husband didn't realize that I but I'm kind of like my mom. My husband didn't realize when he was being targeted in the military by just one person, just one little jealous little Alabama hick. And I'm like, oh, you messing with my man. And I'm like, honey, do you want me to do something? I was in radio. You know, by this time I'm after radio, but he met me. Actually, when I was at Foxy 99, he was calling me like every time I came on. The first Top 99, I did that. The first Cool Carolina Nights, I did that. The first Queen of Foxy 99, I did that. The first voice you heard on Foxy 99 when the station came on the air, the two people's voices that you heard, like, you know, we're going in as kind of like the cleaning lady element. Me and Tony Lipe, two Pisces. The White Tom Joyner, when the White Tom Joyner out of carry on that. I will remember that. I remember that Christmas that you came in a floor length mink stove that you bought for you and your wife, saying how you paid cash for that. And all you gave us for a Christmas present was a I Sweat for Foxy 99 sweatsuit that was a trade-off at Clark Sporting Good. When I worked at Southern Pines at a top 40 AM station, I got $200 for a Christmas bonus. Sir, you are always the best owner. You know how you are. I'd work for you today. Ross Cardell, though, I don't know if he's a pastor, but now Ross was there's always a demon. There's always a narcissist. That was Ross Cardell. My mother died, and they didn't even know my mom had passed away. They didn't even know why I was out. They didn't know till the day I came back. See, that's what some narcissists are about. They just get jealous because I don't know what that's about. They just gotta rule everything. And they see you coming. It's something about that's what they say. Your excellence irritates their demons. Your light irritates their darkness. My. What you don't know is I too have a dark side. I think maybe my father saw that side of me because he knew how he could be, being a commanding warrant officer, trained at Fort Benning. So, you know, it's in the pedigree. I saw it come out a little bit when I was taking over my lineup. Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. Did I get a Z right this time? But the psychological warfare thing, I don't like to go to that side of me, but I'm real good at it, actually. It just takes a lot out of me. But if that's what I have to do, I'm always going to be the best at whatever I do. A message to somebody. Is it to you? Anyway, I got a GoFundMe campaign though, down below. So I need rent money. Seriously, rent party, rent money, rent party, rent money. Come on, let's give the girl some money. Come on, let's go. Let's give the girl some money. Don't wait till I die. Don't wait till I have to live in my car. Don't wait till I have to. Don't do none of that. Don't do. And listen, I'm telling you this. Maybe when I become, I didn't say if, but when I become the only millionaire in our and my family tree. They all have probably said, oh, she's nothing. We're better than her. God told you that. You know what God told me? You little fake ass Christians and stuff like, can you say that? I'm live right now. Oops, my bad. Can you say that? What words can we say? Anyway, but you know when you're fake. All these God-loving, God-fearing people. And God told me you're all snakes. I don't really think you believe in God at all. I think you believe in money. I think you're lazy. I think you're low. I think you're slimy. I think there's a reason why Grandmama and Papa did not like you so much. I think you're all a little bit touched. I think we don't talk about the family tree, the family roots. So I'm supposed to just die behind a lie and instead and not tell my truth? Have you write a book about me that's not even so? Makes me go back into the days of, by the way, Mary Magdalena was never a hoe. Never. She was royalty too. Y'all be twisting up so many things in the Bible and make it about you. A villain will always have to be the hero in your story. Even if they have to villainize you. This humiliation ritual is very, very real. Very, very demonic. Very decrepit and cray. But they didn't know that they too would have a judgment day. Oh, my eyes are looking black right now. Ooh, let me pull back. Did I see my own eyes go black? Ooh, hold up. Wait, stop. Come back, Shane. No. We're not playing dark side. That too, man. One of the best people, one of the best rap groups that never made it here because he was killed years ago. Dark Side Camp. Oh man, so many people you don't know about Fayetteville, and so many things, good things too. I mean, we had like the Skyline. We had like, the club in the round, like it just turned around, like up on the. I mean, we've had some good stuff. Not the Fayetteville that they tell you about, not the one that they tell you now, not the ones that like look at the ones they lift up. I used to be a drug dealer and I got in prison and my mama was in a trap house, and no, every black person wasn't like that. Why must we all be victims before we're giving back? We've always been giving and helping and lifting our community up, but you've stabbed us in the back every time. That's the never-ending story. That's unfortunately what's up, but it's not up, it's down. And now the whole world is upside down, and you wonder what's going on today, because I mean, even your president is crazy. Please don't come after me today, Trump. Don't play me. You can get all you Geminis out here and come for me right now. I'm a Gemini rising in my first and second house. Like I said, if I take you on, I'm going to wipe you all out. Don't think you want to push that button, okay? I'm the one that you can't scare away. And then they fall in love. Oh, the devil is in love with me now. We love her. No, you don't. You don't even love yourself. Oh, no. But I'm the one, you can't make me go and F myself or kill myself or whatever it be. See, all I'm saying is, can we have a little integrity? When did integrity go wrong? When did morality be a bad thing? When did being a good, smart, blackish woman, when was that not a thing? Am I supposed to be stupid? Am I supposed to be dumb? Am I supposed to be meek for some man who's got some little insecurity problem because his mommy beat him and his girlfriend bullies him too? I mean, I don't know what's wrong with you, but that has nothing to do with me. That's about you. But when you got to constantly project on somebody, I'm not Chef, by the way, so I'm talking to the Ology crew too. Jesus loves us. It's that same old mess. You don't think I saw through that? I always do. How many people are going to be living next door to be that change in and out this house like every 5 months or so? Who's next? And they're like, damn, what is she? I'll tell you, but you still don't see me. But anyway, GoFundMe campaign. GoFundMe. GoFundMe. If you like my stories, and I give you this for free. The best therapy, the best story, the best history and history lesson that you'll ever get. A little preaching and a teaching with a dose of respect. But I got to sleep on my back and go up and down a pole. And I got to let the devil reap my soul before you even pay attention to me. I got to be like Beyonce and Nicki Minaj. Well, that's just not me. I played your record, so actually you all owe a debt for me. A debt to me. I broke your records many times, even when the program director and the consultants didn't want me to, but still, I was me. I've always heard music. I've always been sharp on music. I've always been sharp with my ear. I've always been about timing. I'm good at what I do, and I always will be. The only thing is I'm not that weird. I'm not going to flip, switch, swing, be none of what they do. I'm not going to be pretender, and I'm not going to be the pretender to you. I believe in good people. And if good people believe in me and you want your children to grow up in a world with a little morality and integrity, then go fund me. The link is below. Or you don't want to do the GoFundMe campaign, Cashapp though. $ValJonesDaO, ValJones DAO, or PayPal me at I as in intelligent, ValJones@gmail.com. And let me say this before I go, because I see it's raining, so let me say this too. Nobody is helping me with this campaign. So don't believe nobody who come, I'm up here taking money for Val. No. Don't give nobody a dime. Don't give nobody a penny. Don't give nobody nothing to give to me. I think somebody did that before and the money never reached me. So don't believe in it. Don't believe in these lying ass heifers who say, I'm taking up money for Val. I'm gonna help Val. They help themselves. If these hoes come up in my face again, they gonna see somebody else. Nah, that's not a threat, hoe. That's a promise. You better check yourself. They know exactly who I'm talking to. You feel froggy? Go ahead. You'll see what's next. It won't be you. I hear there's a prison cell or grave waiting for you. Message from the ghost. Anyway, just stories, just edutainment. But yeah, I am the most. Too much, some say. Not enough. Or I've been more than enough. They just can't control me. You want to groom me? I should be grooming you. You want to groom me to be a hoe, and I should be grooming you to be a better sister or brother, mother or father, lover, or just a plain human being. You want to play psychology games and naked games. You want to be TikTok witches and Google witches, and that's not a real thing. You're playing with spirits you just don't know. And these spirits are all coming out and reaping everybody's soul that played them to the left. I told you when you broke into my mama's tomb, you effed yourself. My mom and daddy's tomb, excuse me, because they were buried there together. Cumberland County Memorial Gardens. Tell me again why my mama and daddy's gravesite's the only one that's got the crack in the tombstone. Well, you gotta take some money and fix up. My mom and daddy would say, you better save that money and put that money on yourself. So anyway, for the Calvin Peas, for the Ponchos, for the Bill Hennessy's, for the Jerry Farmers, for the Mitch Faulkners, for the Malcolm Jamal Warners, for the people who really did stuff or tried to do stuff the right way. I'm still living because of them, okay? I learned for my mother and my father and my grandmother and my grandfather and my aunts and uncles who really looked out for me. You still have one repping with integrity in the family. And I'm happy to be. So GoFundMe, the GoFundMe campaign is below. Like I said, or you can go to my Cash App at Cashapp at $, Cash App $ValJonesDaO. PayPal me at iamvaljones@gmail.com. And don't give that to it. No one is helping me with my campaign. Even when you come to want to get me for engagements or speaking engagements, come directly to me. I have nobody helping me. I'm an entrepreneur all to myself, so nobody's repping me. This God's speaking, so I'm gonna be silent and just be in my peace. But I think that's Daddy saying, oh, our baby's talking today. She's slaying these demons in every way. She's slaying these liars down. She's gonna be okay. But yeah, and in fact, you actually, for all those lies that you all been selling me, you actually owe me some rent money. Because how's everybody not paying the same rent? Why did you single me? All the JAG lawyers are in town still, I think. I wonder what happens when you open up your books. Because I'll be investigating like the IRS and the CIA. You should know that about Miss ValJones. I didn't play genius for TV. No. I'll be waking up 3 o'clock in the morning. Spirit says, no, you got check this out. Check this out a little bit more closely. Y'all be playing. I'm getting a download and I'm going to take a spiritual bath. And you do a lot of stuff on YouTube. I've been kicked off YouTube several times. Why? Because they can't handle the truth. And they can't handle my shine. And yet I still stand. I'm still standing because I'm just being me. Who else I'm going to be? Because I honestly, really, truly love me. Like, self-love is a thing. Too much insecurity. Too much jealousy. Jealousy and greed. That's the first sin. Because jealousy and greed leads to murder. Jealousy and greed. That's the first sin. When you start seeing people are jealous of you and they get greedy with your money, you watch that. You have a lot of so-called bosses. You have jealous, greedy thieves working for you. You don't think they'll steal? You don't think that they won't steal from you? You don't think that they aren't stealing from you? I have a moral code. I'd be the best worker you would ever have. The best partner too. I'm consistent. I am consistent. It's on record. I'm consistent with everything I do. Consistency is the key. But when you see a consistent addict, a consistent drunk, a consistent liar, a consistent hoe, gender not specific, a consistent flip switcher, will do anything to be famous, they'll flip on you too. And soon, you're going to see their demons and their devils F you up too. That's why some of the old gangsters used to tell me, baby girl, don't hang around this person. You can get shot just being in their vicinity. Those old gangsters still be talking to me. And I listen. Because I got good ghosts around me. Just saying. Anyway, good thing, right? So that's it. I'm going to go. It's hot in here. So School Cafe, maybe tomorrow, we'll see, on YouTube. I don't know. Maybe I'll just rest this week. I keep hearing just rest, just sleep. It's all coming back. Because as the wheel is turning, whatever I lost, I'm going to get that all back in stacks. Because anything that's been wrongly taken away from you, as the judgment day comes, all that will come back to you in spades. So I'm looking for that day. Hallelujah. And Shekinah too, by the way. Muslims. Who is ALLAT? More conversations about that, okay? A lot. That's the thing. Christians. Just what exactly is the Shekinah fire? Who is Shekinah? And by the way, Adam was a man and Lilith was his goddess. And Lilith did not come from the rib of Adam. And King James was gay. And had a little bit of help from William Shakespeare, who was also gay. No problem about that. But you got to literally be concerned when toxic men start talking about, you know, women, okay? Because they're telling their side of the story. It's like when white people who don't know black stories start talking about black people. You want to give the... It's like, you know, for the white person to say, you're not black enough. Was Amos and Andy black enough? Was Good Times black enough? Can a black man have a brilliant black woman as a wife or a girlfriend, or does she have to be rusty, dusty, crusty, and lusty and look like a Kardashian or of another color? Why do you hate it when black people get together who are both brilliant, like my mother and my father? Is that a problem for you? Two brilliant black people, two brilliant black heterosexual people who had a brilliant black child too. Is that a problem for you? If that's a problem for you, I can think of a bigger problem. Message. GoFundMe. Tide my church. You know, when the real church is in session, let's be real. What would Jesus do?